Hi, and welcome to Nurse 660. I am excited to be working with you and your group as you begin the final course in your journey to graduation. My name is Kim Blumenfeld. You can refer to me as Professor Blumenfeld or Kim. I'll answer to almost anything. I'm a clinical instructor for the RN to MSN program. Just to give you a little background, my career began as an associate nurse back in 1992. I went on to receive my Bachelor of Science in Nursing in 2007 and my Master's of Science in Nursing in 2013. My BSN and MSN were achieved 100% online, working full-time just as you all are. I have lived what you are experiencing, so I understand when pitfalls happen and also your many frustrations and stress levels. But advancing my degree was integral to my career adventure. And my bedside and managerial experience really helped me tremendously as I progressed from ADN to MSN. I don't think I would have wanted to do it any other way, even though I can't say since I didn't do the traditional mode, but I know I could not have remained working full-time and going to a traditional on-site course to get my master's degree in nursing. So it was a really good choice for me, as I hope that you find will be for you too. I've led a diverse and interesting career. My expertise spans from general medicine, cardiology, cardiac rehabilitation, diabetes education, cardiovascular intensive care, post-anesthesia care, oncology, and I topped it all off with a splash of the GI lab. My leadership experience took place as a clinic manager of the University of Arizona Cancer Center for several years. In that time, I managed two cancer centers, one that we had just acquired in a different part of town, also the blood and marrow transplant program, Mohs outpatient surgery clinic, and also a urology clinic. I've also had many charge nurse positions over the years and led many different committees. I'll be married 25 years to a great guy who is also a veterinarian. He's now semi-retired. We have two daughters that are 39 and 32, and one granddaughter who is just going to be turning 3 pretty soon. My husband and I have a dog, my sweet soulmate Gertie, and we love to hike the mountains in Tucson, and I practice transcendental meditation and yoga daily to maintain my sanity. I would like to meet with your group for a meet and greet during week 3 or week 4, so that's January 17th through January 30th. One day during that time, just to get to know you, answer any questions that you might have regarding the course assignments, and begin talking about the Systems Leadership Immersion Project, the SLIP. The doc, which is your first assignment that you're doing on pathophysiology, you might have some questions about that too, and this would be a good time to field those questions. I'm available at select times on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. I am not available on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays unless there's a special circumstance. I am my parents' caregiver, and I'm with them all day on Tuesday, with my granddaughter on Thursdays, and Sunday is a day that I keep free for a day of rest or a day of grading, depending on what week it is. Please remember that I am in the Arizona time zone, and that will be Mountain Time until March 13th. Then at that time, we switch to Pacific Time. When scheduling a meeting, it is best to select at least 2 alternative dates, and we're talking about your mentoring meetings now, which is new. I don't think any of you have experienced that during this program, and so we'll be meeting every other week for a while during your SLIP project so that I can help you put your proposal together and give you some ideas and suggestions. And so when you are going to be sending me your invites for that, you'll give me a couple dates to choose from. I'm open to meeting with you via conference call, group Skype, Google Hangout, or another method that works well for your group. You'll decide and invite me via email, except for this first meeting, which I'm going to go ahead and get a hold of you through your group on your SLIP site. We'll decide on a meeting time for that first group together. So I look forward to getting to know you and to mentoring you and Nurse 660. Now, for a little house cleaning things, I want to prepare you that this is a big course. And even though we have modules that are 2 weeks long, it'll feel like you're not working as hard, but you really are going to be working probably harder than you have in any other class. The feedback I've gotten from students tells me to expect to work anywhere between 15 to 30 hours a week in this course on your assignments. The assignments are large and require a lot of research. Just the slip group work alone is going to end in a 25-page single-spaced proposal, not including the title page and the reference page and the appendices. And so it's a big project, so it's going to take a lot of time. I don't want to scare you, but I also want you to be prepared and not procrastinate on the weeks when nothing is due, and get ahead of the game if at all possible. If you're a procrastinator like me, it doesn't work so well for this course because then you're going to get really pretty stressed out when the due date comes and there's an awful lot to do. So try to pace yourself if at all possible. Look ahead since you have the course schedule in front of you for this course. Take a day off when you see that it's going to be a heavier week and more assignments so you can catch up and stay on track. And then also, if you ever need an extension, please let me know. Send me an email beforehand. I can really work with you a lot with extensions on assignments unless you don't get a hold of me by the deadline, the due date for the assignment. Then I really can't help you and we'll have to deduct points. So just be sure to let me know ahead of time if you run into a bind to get an assignment handed in on time. Now, as far as your group work, it's most important to keep in touch with your group. If you're falling behind or need some help, please reach out to them. They'll be the ones that will help you determine those extensions within the group and not me. Just to warn you, I'm considered as a hard grader, even though I don't disagree with that, but I do read very carefully everything that you hand in. So my expectation at this point in the program is impeccable grammar and APA formatting. This is your capstone course, so everything that you've learned over these past couple years, you're expected to shine and to show at this point. So when you're thinking about this, think of a traditional classroom, and where in a graduate classroom, graduate nurse classroom, you would be putting a thesis together. And so that just has to be perfect when you hand it in. And so you are really judged and graded on the way that you present. And that expectation is of utmost professionalism, really good communication skills, be that within your team, by email, or by proposals in the papers that you write. This program readies you to be University of Arizona Wildcat graduate nurses with a focus on leadership. So presentation is everything. You represent yourself, your colleagues, and your university. So beyond that, I am honored to facilitate this course with you. I believe the wonderful magic of nursing is the ability to continually challenge yourself and keep your career fresh and exciting. That's what's so great about advancing your degree, because so many doors will be starting to open without you even asking them to. You know, the world of healthcare right now needs nursing leaders, and you're coming into this right at a very good time of opportunity. And we're really all proud of you here at the University of Arizona that you've gotten this far into the program, and this is it. And at the end of this course is graduation. The thing to really remember is to keep yourself healthy during this time. You have to try to really fit into some self-care management along the way. I know when I tell you you're working full-time and you're going to have to add in another 30 hours a week into this course, you say, right, I'm not going to have much time for that. But even if it's just a 5-minute sit quiet, in quiet solitude, sometimes that really helps. So take what you can in order to take those small breaks and to be kind to yourself. My cell phone number is 520-390-6086. Please call me and text me anytime if you have a question or concern. And then, of course, my email, which is on D2L. But it is KIMB as in boy 2, so kimb2 at email.arizona.edu. So remember, my goal is your success. So I'm here to help you get through this final portion. to try to have a little fun along the way, learn a lot, and just be really proud of yourselves at the end, because you're all going to be graduate nurses with an MSN after your name, and that feels pretty darn good to start writing it that way. So here we go, and I'll be talking to you soon. Okay? Peace. Have a good evening.